Okay, the next thing we want to talk about are escape drills from the home. It's probably one of the most important parts that we want to discuss in our presentations about fire safety, is making sure we get out of our homes safely. If I were to ask all of you to raise your hand if you've ever done a fire drill at school, everybody's going to have their hand up for a couple different reasons. One is because it's safe. It's one of the safe things to do, and it's a smart thing to do, are fire drills at school. We want to make sure everybody gets out safely. But your schools are very, very safe buildings. They're probably some of the safest buildings you'll ever be in your life. They have smoke detectors, they have heat detectors, they have sprinkler systems. You have staff going around your school all day long to make sure your schools are safe. So my point is, your schools are very, very safe, and we still do fire drills at school. Most fires, not all fires, but most fires happen at homes or happen at where you live, because you don't have all of the same safety equipment in place. But one thing we do want to make sure is that at our houses, we want to make sure we have our working smoke detectors. That's our first line of defense. Those smoke detectors smell smoke, tell you may have a fire, and you need to get out safely. Lots of fires happen at nighttime. Not all of them, but lots of fires happen at nighttime. That's why it's so important you have those smoke detectors, because a lot of people believe that when you go to sleep at nighttime, you'll smell the smoke and it'll wake you up. And that's not necessarily true. So that fire detector, a smoke detector, is going to act like your nose, because when you go to sleep at night, your nose goes to sleep. So that smoke alarm will sense that smoke. So if you're at bed at nighttime, the smoke alarm goes off, it wakes you up, you see smoke. We want you to get out as fast as you can and as safe as you can. The fastest and safest way out is probably just to go out your door and go out the front of your house. That may not always be an option, so we always have to check. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to walk this way. I'm going to pretend this little area was my door to my bedroom, or any door. First thing we want to do before we check any door, before we go out, we always check for heat. If the door is hot, we keep it closed. If we check for heat and the door is not hot, then we peek out in the hallway. If it looks safe to go that way, then we want to go that way, the fastest, safest way out. If we crack that door open and we peek out there and we have lots of smoke that comes in, or there's fire out there and it's not safe, we close that door, keep it shut. If we have some smoke coming in underneath, we can throw a towel or a pillow underneath that door to keep the yucky smoke out. Next, if we can't go that way, then we need to find another way out of our house. Probably going to be a window. So I'm going to pretend this is my window. So we're going to go to that window. You go to the window, you wave your arms, and you scream and yell till somebody brings you out. This is another point we want to make sure that we know how to do at home. So you need to practice this with your parents so you know how to operate your window. Lots of windows have blinds. Some windows have horizontal blinds. Some windows have vertical blinds. And some windows have pull-down shades. You need to know how to operate those, or what your parents want to do. Some windows have latches on the side. Some windows may have a latch right in the middle. Some windows have a crank out. And sometimes people paint their windows and they paint them shut so they're stuck and you can't get them open at all. So that's why it's extremely important that you practice these drills at home with your family, so they tell you what you need to do if you can't operate your window. So we go to that window, we open it up if we can get some fresh air, and scream and yell, and we stay there, we wave our arms, and we scream and yell until someone brings us out. If we can't get out, or we have smoke that's coming up and we can't stand up, then we want to turtle up, we want to stay low, but you stay by that window, cover your face, and stay low, stay by the wall, and stay by that window. Your parents, your teachers will tell you, and firefighters will tell you, that we don't want you to hide if you're trapped in a house fire. We don't want you to hide under your bed. We don't want you to hide in the closet. We don't want you to go hide in the bathroom. And there's a reason why, and I want you to understand why. Because if the fire department can't come in through your house to get you, we're going to go to that window. We'll put a ladder outside of that window. And where's the first place we're going to check if we're going to that window? We're going to reach in, and we're going to feel right below that window. So if you're right there, we can grab you and we can get you out quickly. Our whole goal is to get you out of that yucky smoke as fast as we can. We don't want you to be in that yucky smoke, and we don't want to be in that yucky smoke either. So if you stay right by that window and we get to that window, we may be able to reach in, grab you, and bring you out, and we don't even have to come inside. If you are able to get out of your house, remember, we want to go to that safe meeting place outside. We want to designate that safe meeting place outside your house where everyone in your family is going to go. It could be a neighbor's house, it could be a mailbox, could be a big tree, but it just has to be someplace where everyone in your family goes out and meets at that same place. Because when we pull up on the fire department, the first thing I'm going to ask is everybody out. And I need to know for sure that everybody's out. You may have a brother or sister that goes out one window, your parents may go out a front door or back door, and you may go out a different window. And the only way we're going to know that everybody's out is if you go to that same spot. And your parents are going to want to know that you're out safely also. So if you get out, go to your safe meeting place. Once we get there, once you're out, you stay out. You don't go back inside for cell phones. You don't go back inside for games. You do not go back inside for pets. If you have pets that still may be in your house, if you tell us, and if it's safe, we're going to get them. We get pets all the time, and pets are pretty tough, and they do a good job of hiding, and they stay safe. So if you have pets that still may be in there, you tell us, and if it's safe enough, we're going to go in and get them. If you happen to have a family member that still may be in the house, you do not go back inside for them. You tell us, and if you have an idea of maybe where they might be, if you might be able to point to a window, you tell us, and we'll go get them. Make sure you practice those fire drills at home with your family so you know what to do to stay safe. And that keeps you safe, keeps your family safe, and that keeps us safe.